What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about the categories guys put you in and how you pretty much get in there. Okay, so before we even get started, if you can, please subscribe. Just click the red button below. In the description is my free ebook, 254 pages, and a session if you want to work with yours truly. So jumping right in. How do you, or what are the two? Well, actually, obviously, let's talk about the two categories you can go in. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's either going to be the category of a one-timer. You're going to only mess around and then he's going to leave you. He's not looking for the relationship, or he's going to mess around with you and want a relationship after that, right? So, how do you determine what how do you fall in those categories? For the one-timer, okay, we're going to talk about that pretty much because that's the one that we're trying to avoid. So whatever I tell you, hopefully you would avoid these things. And you already know the stereotypical ones, right? The ones I talk about in all my videos. A woman with a lot of red flags, a woman with low value. Maybe there's other women in the picture, so he doesn't want to be tied down to you, which I call competition. It's those type of things, right? But we're not going to talk about those today because you already know that, and if you don't, well, there they are right there. But I want to talk about other things, and the first one I want to talk about is a woman who tries to impress a guy or tries to be sexy. When you do that, you come off easy. And when I say easy, I don't want it to be like the slutty easy. It's just when a guy knows that when you're trying to impress him, you just come off differently, right? It's just how you come off, how you wear your clothes, how you the clothes you wear, not just how you wear them, but how you wear them, the clothes you wear, how you carry yourself. It's just more of a validation seeking, overcompensating, approval seeking way, right? There's women who just try, and then there's women who just are. And when you're a woman who just is, it's not, I don't mean that in a genetic way, like you're just, gifted in the gene pool. I mean that in a, just how you carry yourself. It's not just the confidence, but just the aura and the vibe. It's just how you carry yourself. And that men are chasing you and that they want you and they just want to devour you, and you don't have to show anything to prove it. Now, this is very important when I say this. Men usually get a pretty much, they put you in a category when they see you in I would say within the first 10 seconds, right? It's this trying to impress the person, which pretty much puts you in the bad one because of how you're coming off, right? How you're coming off, a guy puts you in that category, whatever category you're in, it kind of escalates down that path, right? You could be in the bad one, you could be in the good one. So it's very important to not to try. That's why I always say, like, when girls go to a bar or something, they dress up, they look really nice, and you could say you're going out to just look nice and to look real pretty and have fun, and it's not about dressing up for a guy, but for the most part, it is. Not for just any guy, but you like the attention, you like the attraction. That's just what people do at bars, right? That might not be your first priority when you go out, but when you do seek the attention, when you do get the attention, you're like, ooh, you're liking it, okay? And if you're one of those girls wearing those low-ass shirts, real low, if your boobies popping out, thank you. But no, for real though, it gives off a different image and a different way of impressing a guy than a woman who has a little higher up, but carries herself really well, and that lets the guy undress you with his eyes. Right now, of course, women are objects. I'm just speaking from a very primal perspective. A guy sees you differently. He wants to undress you with his eyes. He wants to use his imagination, and when he starts to use his imagination, it's alluring. It brings him in. Not only that, you are, like I said, if you're a woman who has value and low red flags, and you are more alluring with him, it's very, very, very sexy, and he would probably want to stay with you longer term than a one-nighter. The second thing is something I talked about in one of my videos before, and it's how you are after sex, okay? After sex, dictates a lot of things, because you're both on reaction mode, especially women. Women are very very heavily in this reaction mode, and if she becomes real clingy or needy or validation seeking after the sex, the guy's going to pull away, because guys are a lot different after sex. Guys want to pull away. I'm actually going to make a video on that probably right after this one, but on how guys are more logical after sex. But when after sex, women are very, they're a lot more attaching. Their hormones are fluctuating, and they have the hormone of wanting to hug, wanting to just, be together, bond, the bonding hormone. While guys are more about retreating, because their estrogen's a little higher and their testosterone drops slightly. He wants to retreat. He doesn't know where it's going. He wants to see how you react. A lot of guys will play games after sex and see how you react. If you're one of those girls who are cuddly and needy, and or just even the 24 hours, right? Like after it, you send him the smiley face, or you hook up one night and the next morning you're texting him good morning. Stop right there. You're going to turn him off. You're going to be in this category, because he's not going to want to do that bullshit again. Like you're showing your cards, right? You're coming off way too strong. You're showing these red flags. Don't do that. How you react after sex should be, that was fun, but I don't, I liked it, but I don't need it, okay? Well, we all, sex is good. Let's not say we don't need it. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't need it with you. Like, that was fun. I'll do it again, but, it's not like a like, I don't need it, man. I don't need you. I don't need it. That was fun. And to give him his space, give him a little bit of his space. There's no reason to suffocate him right after, because guys, if they, when you give him space, he will miss you. It just takes time, right? Especially if you set everything up in the beginning. Stuff I talk about in my book, the pre-dating things. You just had the good first impression. You had the fun energy. You had the value. All those kind of things. Guys will love to come back after. There's no reason not to. You give them no reason to run away, okay? And thirdly, the reason you're more likely in this category, the one time, is sex was your value. Sex was your bargaining chip. Again, going back to the other point, when you are trying to impress a guy, when you are, it might make you look easy. And again, I don't mean that in the slutty term, but when you're trying to impress a guy, you come off a certain way, and that way will eventually it will give you value, but not the type you want, a more physical value. It will make sex your bargaining chip, right? Like if he wants to have sex with you, he's going to try, and he's going to be in that zone. He's not going to think about anything else. That's going to be the chip you have. And when you give it up, you're giving up a lot of power and a lot of ground, and that's just that chip, right? Let's just say you make other mistakes along the way. Let's say, oh no. Let's say, I always got this. Come on, let's not play. But let's say you do make a couple of red flags, right? Let's say you're not the most fun person to be around. Let's just say you're average, right? These things will stick in a guy's mind. If you're average personality, if you maybe have a couple drinks, you make a fool of yourself. Maybe you text them the next morning, not nonchalantly, not thinking anything of it. Or in the beginning, you might show a red flag, or you text to, whatever it is, right? And then sex is your bargaining chip. You have nothing else after that, okay? You have nothing else, and you're kind of screwed. So you have to play a different kind of game. You have to go into all that bullshit I talk about the pulling away, and does he like me? Does he not like me? When's he coming back? How do I get my value back up? How do I do this? How do I do that? Oh, Elliot Scott, I got to read your damn book now. I got to get a session with you. Please do. Just all these kind of things. And it's just like, like I always tell women, it's all in the beginning. It's all in the pre-dating stage. It's all in the first impression. It's all how you carry yourself, right? Are you trying to impress him, or are you just actually the shit that you don't need to, and it just happens and flows naturally? That kind of dictates everything else that goes along. So there you go. If you want me to go into more detail with it, let me know. I might make another video. I'm not sure, because I know you can get a lot more value out of this. That's why I made the video. Hopefully it helps you guys who are having trouble with men who are kind of interested in the beginning, and then you're hooking up, and then he's slowly pulling away. This might be a reason why. Again, you might have tried to impress him too much, which gives you the gives you the approval seeking validation kind of frame. You might not have a bargaining chip, like I said. or you just might, have reacted the wrong way after hooking up. So with that being said, ladies, I love you. Take care and peace.